welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. It's Monday, and we are here today with the Monday weekend recap. We're going to start off with Houston Regional. We have a problem. I saw this on Zodiac. I call it Zodiac, but I guess there's only one O, so it's Zodiac. I definitely think people are tired of this format. So obviously it was, or the game entirely. I'm thinking it's just the format, and people are going to start getting tired of the game if a change doesn't happen. Right now, I mean, Houston used to be a pretty decent sized regional. So this was the Houston Regional after signups ended, and then it says, "Can we make Yu-Gi-Oh great again?" And obviously it was 11/31, so it was definitely right after signups ended. I mean, most of the regionals start at 10 a.m. So this is an hour into it. Like, that's empty. That is insane. Like, Houston is a major Yu-Gi-Oh city. I have lots of people that I've traded with, bought from, sold to down in Houston. I know how many people play down there, and I'm used to seeing, like, a lot. Looking at some of these comments here, Yu-Gi-Oh! High Key needs a hard reset on the card pool and game mechanics. I get that. This says there was 250 people there. The regional usually gets 350. So we're already down 100, and it got 500 one time. The format is just stale. The game is not dead at all. I would agree with this, but I think that Konami has one shot. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. Right here to my right, I have a Pokemon deck ready to go. I've been working on it, practicing, relearning how to play Pokemon. So I'm looking to make a move, whether it is in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I can repurpose one of the decks that I'm used to playing, Sprite, Runic Stun. I have tons of other things. But whether I'm repurposing one of those decks or whether I'm looking into a new meta deck, unlikely, but just for the sake of argument. So this right here says, if a ban list happens tomorrow will be the beginnings of Fiendsmith Yubel with Nightmare Pain running wild and Joy. I think unless they get rid of some of those Fiendsmith and or Nightmare cards. When I say Nightmare, I mean Yubel. YCS Sacramento had a lot of excuses for being empty AF. What's y'all's excuse for this? See, I don't think excuses should have flown on YCS Sacramento. YCS Sacramento's a little bit crazy that it had less than 1,000 players. There are regionals in California that hold more than that. Like, there was an LA regional a couple years ago that had like 1,100 players. Philadelphia regionals hold more than that. Like, that is insane that a YCS had less than 1,000 players. When I was just at one in June 1, we were pushing $2,000. Like, I think Konami really needs to visit prize supporting Pokemon. If you finish first place at some of these regionals, it's $10,000. Yu-Gi-Oh! You're getting a Switch. I mean, for a comparable competition, let's talk about a YCS. You're getting a Switch and a prize card, and it's a vanilla monster that can't be used. Like, that's absurd to me. They obviously don't care if they obviously don't care if they aren't listening. So stop being. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but like, they don't care. Konami's going to get their money one way or the other because of the people who follow the meta, and they know they're going to be selling product. That is what it is. That's what it comes down to. But yeah, I definitely think the Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta currently has an issue. And like I said, if Konami doesn't do something about it, it's going to become a major issue very quickly. Some other stuff here, like 3 hours ago, where's ban list? Everybody's ban list predictions. Like, I don't see it happening. I don't see it making enough. Let's talk about these right here. So, obviously, that's not the right ones. But, let's talk about the McDonald's Hello Kitty Yu-Gi-Oh! Times Yu-Gi-Oh! There we go. Let's talk about some of these. Some of these are pretty cool. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, I'm going to pull up this picture right here. Like, the only issue I have with here versus Japan is Japan got an additional one. Japan got the red eyes. I was not super happy with that because the red eyes look pretty cool. This is something that I'm not going to invest in, but I could see some of these being pretty expensive in the future, especially if you have a set. I saw people selling like the Dark Magician and Blue Eyes ones for $5 a piece plus shipping. I'm curious which one the difficult one is to get, because you know that they're not all printed equally, so to speak. So in your Happy Meal today, probably on eBay for $500 in a week, the limited edition collab Yu-Gi-Oh! And Hello Kitty and Friends is finally here. I don't see them being anything stupid like that. If they are, obviously I would probably miss the boat. But some of these are pretty neat. I mean, especially like, I think this one has the boxes with it, or the stands. So I mean, that's interesting. I just don't see these being a super great moneymaker, but it's collectible, and they're hitting multiple groups here. They're hitting the Yu-Gi-Oh group, they're hitting the Hello Kitty group, like, and you can see some YouTubers like MCole40 have already been talking about these. So I'd be interested to see where these end up going, just to be honest with you. Some more weekend recap. Let me see if I can get to some of my saved posts here. Hey, that's me. If you want to send me a friend request on Facebook. I remember how to get to my saved post. I am a math teacher, in case you forgot. More, don't care about that. Don't care about that. It's got to be right here somewhere, right? Search. Search saved. See what pops up. Whoop. That's when we had our wreck. That was a bad day. Post. No. Settings and privacy. Settings. Activity log. Is this where it's at? Video. Search for. Oh well. This is what it is. It's no big deal. I can go here. I guess I've got to send a code. That's super easy. This was me. Oh, that's the wrong number. That's the right number. Sorry for all the dead air time here. Yes, remember this browser. Create new pin. I don't really care if you all see it. It is what it is. So here's my little brother. I sent a couple things to him. Right here. So team topic, respect YGO, the world's list. That's what I wanted to talk about. So let's go back right here, back to home. Respect YGO and see what pops up. There they are. So I did want to talk about this. Welcome to the 2024 World Championships, which is in 2 weeks. This is going to be held in Seattle. But I wanted to look at some of these, some of the band lists here and see what everybody's opinion was. Obviously, they're not going to give us the meme cards like Judgment of the Pharaoh, Yujo, Friendship, Unity, blah, blah, blah. But some of these might be interesting. Like another Vertical Atonia's band. Ken and Jen are banned. Brace, Fighting Flames, Salamandra of the Flying Flame Dragons band. All those are TCG cards. All the Ashen City. So anything that is a TCG exclusive or an OCG exclusive will not be eligible for Worlds. We're pretty aware of that. Life Hack, Double Die. I'm just looking to see if there's anything that's going to really stick out to me. Block Dragon. I could honestly seen that in Snow or Eva. I could have seen those being at 1 for Worlds. Maxi is banned for Worlds. Didn't expect anything different. Master Plan, Substitute. All of those are banned for Worlds. Tier Kick Kalos is banned for Worlds, but spoiler is all of Tier banned for Worlds. Probably not. They love Tier in Japan. Chaos Rulers banned. Calamity's banned there. All this Zoo, rip. Link Cost, Link Rio. Sprite Elf is another card that I was like, why wouldn't they just let it go for Worlds? But because of tier, there has to be tier at some ones. Mystic Mine is banned. Emergency Provisions is banned in Worlds. That's a little weird to me. This card is what one of those Runic Whitewoods players used and won some games in time because of it. Red Reboot. Summon Limit banned. Okay, so now we have some ones. All the danger cards are now finally printed in the OCG, and you can use them in the World Championships. All those are going to be at 1. Obviously, the Exodia pieces because they're OP. Kieran at 1, Miscellaneosaurus at 1, Airlifter at 1, Snake Eye Ash at 1. So if Worlds was a week earlier and was August 31st, I could see them dropping the TCG ban list there. Sprite Blue and Sprite Jet at 1. All the tier cards at 1. The Bestial, Libellion, Rat at 1, Ancient Fairy Dragon at 1, Beatrice at 1, SP Little Knight at 1, Called by, Branded Fusion at 1, Branded Opening at 1. Those are a little surprising to me. Duster at 1, that is what it is. Instant Fusion at 1. 1 day apiece, 1 for 1. Prosperity at 1's a big one. Planet at 1. Both planets at 1. That's big. Wanted at 1. Skill Drain, TC Boo, all of those at 1 as well as goes in match. Rivalry as well. At 2, we've got Armageddon Knight. Shifter at 2 is interesting. It's 3 here, 1 over there. Lightning Storm at 2 is the same as here. Desires at 2. I think it's 1 over there as well. Super Poly at 2 is sort of interesting. If you remember my list, I talked about that card going to 2. Bonfire at 2, and that's it. So that's going to be the World's list. I'm curious to see what everybody comes up with. I almost bet Snake Eye wins it, just because I know the level of talent that we have here, as well as Japan, and Korea, and just the OCG. So that's interesting to me. Last thing I wanted to talk about, and I may make this another video, I just want to hit on the Malice cards. This is obviously about Alice in Wonderland sort of a meme. I'm not going to go into the effects because I definitely want to hit this in something else, but I could see this deck being super highly played in the OCG when it gets out and then dying off. If its OCG release date is August 24th, which is yesterday, I don't really see it making over here till December, maybe January, but this is a deck that I would definitely be interested in looking at, maybe even playing. Jesse Cotton with the YCS Championship. Here's those Japanese cards and Malice. Crossover Breakers, so August 24th for the OCG. Unsure about TCG. More Malice cards. Rage of the Abyss is huge and coming very quickly here in the US. So this is in October, I'm pretty sure. But I want to talk about a couple of these cards because I really haven't done it. Again, I do plan to do a Rage of the Abyss preview here pretty soon. So a lot of this stuff is a little older, more than just this weekend. But like some of these cards are going to have a major meta impact. I could see... I could see Water being the next best deck. And then I've talked about this a little bit, but very, very seldom. The OCG release date for all the hero support is October, which means we will get it. But again, I'm saying it's going to be, this is Supreme Darkness, which is a main booster. I would say that we're going to get these again January, February. Advent of Eyes of Blue. This is a structure deck they get in September. They get this in about 2 weeks. September 7th. Some 10 stuff. That was the other thing I was sort of looking for, but I didn't see it. That's what I was looking for in my saved items. They've been releasing some 10s like 10 sneak peeks. Sneak peeks, sorry. I'm going to give some support here to one of my buddies, Connor. Team Top Deck has a lot to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! Evidently Ojama Yellow earns money. Okay, so right here, they have now released, I think, 11 of these. Carloncho's store, let me go. More confirmed cards in this year's 10, so we're looking at like Melfi Hide and Seek, stuff like that. I'm looking ranking duel tournaments. That's a Midnight Nerd Championship. That's funny. I'm just looking for the okay, so here's the last one that I saw and the last thing I'm going to hit for today's video. We are now at 15 of 50 quarter century rares. They have released so every day or whatever, they're going to release a new one every week, whatever they're doing here. But Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend is going to be an interesting card. With Paint getting on the side, I could see Paint coming back to 3, and I don't think it would honestly hurt anything. Terror Top getting to QCR is interesting. The Blue Eye is going to look hella good in a QCR. The Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon is going to get a QCR and hopefully lower that Ultra price. Utopic Draco Future as well, with the Collector's Rare getting a QCR is going to make a big difference. But this is releasing here September 20th, so we're a month away, 4 weeks from that. Well, guys, I really appreciate all the love and support. Thanks for watching the videos. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and reacting to everything I do. Sorry about the little bit of dead air we had there. Just having an issue finding what I wanted to find with the save stuff, but that's what I wanted. So I really appreciate it. Stay humble, stay grinding. It's Monday. Let's get through this week and one day closer to retirement. So thanks so much. We'll see you next time.